Do you want to know the very best deals this week? 60%, 70%, even 85% discounts await in this week's Deals of the Week. Charlie and I are here to take you through the very best. This video is brought to you by Apex Legends Arsenal. The Guardians came rocketing back onto the big screen last month, and if you enjoy their particular brand of insane intergalactic action, then have I got a third-person actioner game for you. In Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, you take control of Star-Lord, using his classic jetpack and blasters combo to run rings around your enemies. But when the going gets tough, don't be afraid to tag in Groot, Gamora, or Drax. This game is all about teamwork, and the way you interact with the other Guardians will have a huge effect on both combat and the game's story. Naturally, the game comes with a banging soundtrack featuring some of Star-Lord's favourite tunes, and the whole thing sounds absolutely amazing with the Xbox Series X and S's spatial sound tech. So dust off your most awesome mixtape, turn up the volume, and check out Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy for 60% off this week.
Hey Bex, did Elden Ring fail to completely crush your spirit? Maybe you're more ready for more grueling boss fights, hidden death traps, and intentionally unhelpful hints? Well, let me suggest dipping back into Dark Souls 3, the final game in the series which blessed us with the term Souls-like. This action RPG has you hacking and slashing your way through a dark fantasy realm. The thing that makes these games stand out above the competition is their hefty style of combat, where every single blow counts, and few millimeters really can mean the difference between life and death. It's often frustrating, but never unfair, and that's why it turns all of us into such gluttons for punishment. So, if you're feeling particularly masochistic this week, take advantage of this half-price discount.
With Tekken 8 on the way, now is the perfect time to practice your high kicks and bare wrestling techniques with fighting game royalty in Tekken 7. With the Originals Edition, you immediately get access to all of the series' most seasoned fighters, including Armor King, Craig Marduk, Anna Williams, and a bunch of other folk who've been kicking ass since the early 90s. Choose your favourite and prepare to battle your way through a thrilling single-player story, an intense online matchup, or a good old-fashioned local multiplayer throwdown. Whoever you want to play as and however you want to play, the Originals Edition of Tekken 7 can be yours this week for 85% off. But which iconic characters are you hoping to see make a return in Tekken 8? Hit the comments to let us know.
And if we're talking iconic characters, fantasy RPG The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, and your boy Geralt was kind of already regarded as one of the greatest games of all time, but somehow, it just didn't feel complete until the new version came out this year. The Complete Edition taps into the immense power of the Xbox Series X and S to deliver a fantastical open world that's more detailed and more immersive than ever before. As you wander the land in this third-person action RPG, you'll earn your keep by slaying monsters of all shapes and sizes, while meeting all sorts of interesting folk along the way. Right and wrong are kind of vague concepts here, so just do the best you can, and things will probably work out alright. I did say probably. With this week's half-price discount, at least you've got one easy choice to make.
If you're looking for a blast from the past, then arcadey brawler Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is like getting slapped across the face with the bow staff being a pure nostalgia. The game lets you play as all four of the turtles, plus their good friend April and their revered master Splinter. Wherever you pick, you'll be scrolling sideways through a radical pixel art world drawn straight from the cartoon series, facing off against iconic bad guys like Bebop and Rocksteady. And naturally, the whole thing is even more fun if you tag in a few mates to brawl alongside, either locally or online. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is now 30% off, and you'll also find it hanging in the Xbox and PC Game Pass library.
Now, you can't have too much of a good thing, except when that good thing is punching Nazis, in which case you should get as much of that as possible. An old school FPS Wolfenstein's Alt History Collection is probably the perfect way to do just that. This 4-game collection contains all of the modern entries in the legendary first-person shooter series. You'll get to play through the full, decade-spanning story in which 2 generations of the Blazkowicz family go to war to defeat the Nazis and put an end to their supernatural experiments. So, if you're ready to fight them on the beaches, on the landing grounds, and basically wherever else they happen to be, pick up the Alt History Collection right now for 80% off, or hop into any one of the 4 games with, wouldn't you know, Xbox or PC Game Pass. Wahey!
It's time to give power back to the people with Watch Dogs Legion. And I do mean you can recruit pretty much any NPC you encounter on the street to join your righteous cause. See that builder over there? He's handy with a nail gun and has access to heavy lifting equipment. That hooligan? Talk him into joining you and you'll be able to call his mates to help you out in a scrap. From elite spies to little old ladies, everyone you meet has a special set of skills that you can take advantage of. The possibilities are endless, so grab the deluxe edition of Watch Dogs Legion for 85% off and start making some friends.
Next up, Bex, we've got a double deal that's sure to haunt your dreams is Little Nightmares 1 and 2. These morbid puzzle platformers drop you down into a strange and somewhat sinister world. The story is minimal and told mostly through the creepy environments you'll be clambering through, but it is safe to say that just about every new piece of information you acquire will be suitably horrifying. The Little Nightmares games are two of the most eerily atmospheric titles we've seen in recent years, and you can nab them both for a lovely 60% off.
A new announcement in the Xbox showcase was the reveal of the huge DLC for Cyberpunk 2077 named Phantom Liberty. And if that's got you hyped, we have good news as the base game now has a huge chunk taken off its price. In this third-person open-world game, you get to immerse yourself in the neon-drenched world of Night City. Use cybernetic enhancements to turn yourself into an ace hacker, a lethal combatant, a fearless getaway driver, or something else completely, bonding with all kinds of other characters as you go. Although with how gorgeous the place looks with dynamic scaling and up to 60 FPS frame rates on the Xbox Series X and S, you'd be forgiven for just sort of hanging out. Pick up Cyberpunk 2077 for 60% off in this week's sale, and the world is your shiny, futuristic oyster.
But if you don't fancy that, and maybe see yourself maybe a bit more of an early summer getaway and don't mind the odd bit of guerrilla warfare, the island of Yara might just be your dream destination. Far Cry 6 takes players to this sunny paradise so that they can topple the dictator who has been ruining the vibe all over the place. And in this open world FPS, you're not just limited to conventional weapons either, but while the in-game tech might be DIY, the game itself is pure cutting edge with HDR10 to really make that vibrant setting shine on the Xbox Series X and S. Now the revolution itself might not be easy, but it will be cheap, with Far Cry 6 now 75% off.
Perhaps you have a particular hankering to revisit the world of beloved fantasy RPG franchise Fable. No idea why you would, but you're in luck. It behoves me to point out that all three of the original games are currently half price. Each one of them sees you setting off on your own fantastical adventure, casting spells, sword fighting monsters, and chatting to all kinds of exceptionally silly characters. But the best thing about each one is the way you get to watch your choices ripple out across the world. So maybe think twice before you start tossing fireballs everywhere. Or don't. The choice is yours, and that's really the whole point. Let us know what you're looking to save some pennies on with these deals down in the comments. This video was brought to you by Apex Legends Arsenal, the 17th season of the free-to-play FPS phenomenon. With the new season comes a new legend, Ballistic, the retired gunslinger back to show the young folks how it's done. Experience the history of the world's edge in the new Apex Games Museum. Progress through new weapon mastery to sharpen your trigger fingers and earn those rewards in the new Arsenal Battle Pass. Apex Legends Arsenal has a whole loadout of new features just waiting to be discovered. So why wait? Deploy into Apex Legends Arsenal today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!
I do hope you don't begrudge me just a bit of fun before the curtain drops.